the week been? What do you need to maybe get right to carry on that good form?
Look, for us, it's just continuously every week just to continue what we're doing and trying to progress and evolve. And, we don't want to be a team that's predictable. So first two performances have been excellent from the ladies after, a short pre-season, short time together, still players coming back, and the understanding has just been, and I think the performance has been great. So now it's just about, can we sustain it for longer periods, and can we become more dominant as well?
Just in terms of availability, first you haven't picked up any more injuries, and can players like Emma Checker and McKenna as well play a bit more of a role if needed after they're coming back from their own injuries?
I think so, yes. So they've progressed well after the game last week. There were no real symptoms from afterwards, so that's always the thing. They're a day-to-day basis, so we see how they respond to certain loads, and they both responded well. They've trained well, and they're both in contention for tomorrow.
Dario, given your strong early season form and that you've got some players even still to come back in as well, just what sort of targets are you setting for this team?
Look, for us is we want to win, so I'm not afraid to say that. We want to win. We want all the titles, and we don't go into any game where we're saying, oh, if we can draw here or if we can do this. We go out every week to win. So we do everything with a winning mentality, and we want to win. And every game, every sports person, no one likes to lose. So I'm sure all the other teams in the league all want to win as well. So Newcastle not coming tomorrow, they're not going to say, oh, we'll settle for a draw, or we hope we don't get beaten by a large. I'm sure they want to win as well. So we want to win at all costs, and we want to win everything as well.
Just on Newcastle, Dario, they've been a bit chaotic. They've obviously got the real goal scoring threat. What have you made of them? What do you need to get right there?
Again, just if we can dominate possession. So we had almost 66% possession against Raw, and in Crummer up front, who's a top striker in the Matildas, we kept her very quiet. So again, it's going to be about the same this week. Can we control the game? Can we play it in the opponent's half? Can we dominate possession? And then when we don't have it, how hard can we work, and the effort that we can make to win the ball back? And if we sort of nullify their transitions, and I think we give ourselves again a great chance.
How hungry is young Danny Gallic to get that goal? Dario, you're working very closely with her.
Yeah. Yeah, so I've given her a couple things this week, and we've worked on stuff, and with all the players as well. So look, for her, she's getting herself in great positions, which is for a 16-year-old already to be aware of where to be, and I think she's not far from her first professional goal. But regardless of that, she's been excellent in the first two games. So we don't care too much who scores. I think the girls are happy whoever scores, and as long as it helps us get the results.
On Dario, obviously she's picking up quite a fair amount of time the junior national teams and now the city. How do you keep a lid on that? Obviously you want to encourage her to kick on, but she's also 16. You need to avoid putting too much pressure on her. How do you balance those two things?
No, 100%. I totally agree with you what you said, and that's the message that I deliver to her. Don't get too, she deserves everything. She had a fantastic World Cup. She was 4 years younger than everyone at that World Cup, so I watched that, and she was someone that stood out to me. And now it's just about, it's only a second professional game, so she's still got a long career ahead of her. So there's no need for her to get carried away, or anyone to get carried away. And for us, the message not just to her and to everyone is that every single day we want to improve. So when you look back on yourself yesterday, you're like, I'm a better player today. And then in a week's time, in a month's time, and by the end of the season, you're continuously getting better. So the second we stop, the second we think, look at us, we're good, then that's when we go backwards. Exactly what you just touched upon. She says that composure, the quality that she has. So at the moment, just that balance she gives to our squad at that back line, and we want to build up. We want the ball. So she, the experience she brings, the leadership, and she's helping Naomi, a young player who's learning as well, has also been fantastic these first two games. So at the moment, it's a nice thing to have when you've got a player of her quality, where you can just say, Wilkie, you can go 10, she can go 6, she can probably go striker. I think she could cover everywhere. Maybe in goals, we need to ask her about goalkeeper potentially. But when you got a player of that quality, I think she's comfortable anywhere on the pitch.
Just how many weeks ago has Hannah Wilkinson just slowly got you?
I think she's 2 to 3. I think. Roughly. So she's training well. She's looking good. So we don't want to rush her too. She's missed a fair bit, so we don't want to rush her in. So we'll take our time. It's only round 3, round 4 for the league, third game for us. So there's still a lot of football to be played, and we don't want to take any unnecessary risks.
And just Carly Ross-Buchan as well.
Oh, another one we're really excited about, and we're looking forward to. And she's training. Her load's increasing, and yeah, she's another one that's we have to monitor by symptoms day by day. But she's having a lot more good days than she's having the days when she wakes up a bit sore. So hopefully it keeps progressing, and fingers crossed we can welcome another excellent player into the squad, and then it'll make my job much more harder.
You said that Hannah's about 2 to 3 weeks away. Her injury replacement, Rojas, she's really showing that. It baffles me personally that she didn't get a contract with any side in the league to start the season. Had to go in on injury replacement. What do you do with her? Do you try and find a spot for her in the squad when she comes back? Is that a decision that's out of your hands? Do you have no say in the matter? How's that going to work at the end of the month?
Look, obviously we have to thank the other clubs that they didn't take her, because she's I don't have to say, she's proved it on the pitch. She's done her talking on the field, and she's she's been unbelievable on the field, and she's a loved character off the field as well. And so she's especially to come in for Wilkie, who had a phenomenal season last year, team of the year, almost, if she probably didn't go away with the national team, would have won the Golden Boot. And she just brings a whole nother dimension to our game, and she's a little bit different obviously to Wilkie, but they both have their qualities, and we'll definitely hope to retain her, and we'll be trying everything possible to find a way that we keep her in the squad. And she's happy, she's loving her football, and we're loving having her here.
Just in midfield there, Policino and Gallagher have really gelled well. Policino last week, and you really enjoyed playing with the 16-year-old. How do you sort of interpret their different roles in midfield, and how do you compare them in terms of footballing characteristics?
I think they're quite similar players. They're both very, very technical players. They love to have the ball, and we obviously have our ways of how we want our 10s to operate within the system, and what we expect from them. But once we get in that final third, then that's when their creativity can come in. We sort of set them a template. This is where we want to be. This is where we want the ball to be delivered. We analyse the opponents. We see their strengths and weaknesses, so we know where to attack and where we need to defend. And they're 2 top players to exploit teams, and they've been they're a big part of why we've been successful as well so far in the first 2 games.
Yeah, just one last one from me. Don't want to look too far ahead, but we spoke last week about the motivation of a home World Cup. How do you see it in terms of your club and the players in your team about being potential Matilda's candidates there? Anyone who you think should be in that conversation at the moment?
I think as long as we keep playing the way we're playing and everyone performs, then it's hard to look past teams that are successful, that are doing well, and players that are performing. So we want to take it day by day. So we don't want to get carried away. We got a game tomorrow that we're looking forward to. But always, it's hard as a player, and I understand it as well. You've got that thought. It's not far away. Selections are going to start getting made, so we just try, improve. You got 90 minutes on the weekend. The weekend's your time to show the selectors. So then it just comes down to the girls. We play our style. The girls are excellent at it, and we just keep developing it. We keep encouraging them, and we keep trying to improve them. And then hopefully we can see as many City girls in that World Cup team as possible, and hopefully they have a successful campaign just like the men's.